Hello everybody, I'm Shellie with JS Hobbies and Crafts and welcome to my craft room for my Lilac Flowers journal share. Now I've never taught how to make an actual journal with the individual signatures or blocks of papers, but I do a lot of journaling at home, and you can also use this as a photo album as well as your writing journal for notes or your diary keeping, whatever. So I did create this, and one thing is if you would like to learn how to make something like this, please comment below and let me know so I can see what everybody's wanting. If not, please do also just leave a comment below just to let me know you're here. So this is made with chipboard, and I like my journals with chipboard covers because they're hard, so it's easier for me to write on the pages that are actually with white and whatnot. So this is, and where did my ruler go? This is approximately 7 inches by 9 inches. And I like my journals a little bit bigger like this and maybe a little smaller, but for the most part this is what I like. And this is made with the beautiful Stamperia Lilac Flowers papers. And I did do a mini tutorial using that paper before that everyone seemed to enjoy. And it's one of my favorite papers, so I did make this. So the idea of this for me, how I use it, is actually writing, like in the old style journals, diaries, and so forth. So what I did was I created a little pocket here to hold some of my note cards and maybe some tags, and I can write right on in there. Back here is where I store some lined paper. I also have a little bookmark that I have not laminated yet. I have some white paper to write on. I have an envelope that I can stuff my paper in or whatever I want. And then of course there is this, which open up, there's a tuck, and I have plenty of paper. And I did use a stamp and stamp on my white paper to make it more attractive to me. Over here is a large side pocket, and what I ended up doing is on a lot of the pages that have writing on it like this that I can't really write with my black pen, I utilize the space for pockets or tucks so that I can tuck my journal paper in here and some more white, so I have a lot of room to journal, and I can actually write on that. So, and I created some of these where I could still write and see with my black ink. So this has 4 different, they're called signatures or blocks, bound in. And let's just flip the page right here. So over here I made a small tuck. And back here again I have my paper, which I can just write right on and tuck back in here. I have some blank white cardstock there. And I have this I can write on, and some smaller ones here. Over here is my white sheet, and I stamped on it. And on the back as well, and I did a little sentiment down there. So on this next one, I made a large belly band this way, so I can slide in a bunch of pages for me to journal on. And folders. Slides right on back in there. And again, I have my white paper. And I did use cardstock. Now, I'm not a big fan of using copy paper because if I do stamp, it bleeds through the other side. And I like something sturdy, nice to write on. So this is the middle section of this first block. And on this one, I used a elastic style to bind it all in, and so for this I can just slide anything back behind. I left these loose. A lot of times you can glue little butterflies on them, whatever you'd like to do. I haven't done anything yet with that. More white paper. More white paper here. And I have made a little paper clip with some lace on it and a little tag. More places, and here's another belly band I decided to do. And I made this flip so I can just journal in there. And also I can lay photos in here. I'm a big fan of when I use these type of albums, I like to journal, but sometimes I like to put a photo to show what it is I'm talking about. And more white paper. Here again, I made a tuck and some white paper, and this is from the paper collection. Here I did a little pocket here, and I have my writing paper. I can write on the back of that. Here I can write here, and I can write here. Here, this has a lot of space, guys, and it goes on and on. Decorative paper back here, line paper, and some cuttings. And it just all sticks back in the pocket there. Oop, you get back in there. Back here, same thing. There's a lot of writing on this beautiful paper, so I created a small little pocket, and I have these from the paper collection that I can write on. And this just tucks in there. More paper to write on here. And this is the middle section of the second block, and I can pull this right on out. And here is a lace belly band, and all I did was cram it full of lined paper. There is some decorative paper in here, another envelope, and some more papers in there. Back over here, we have another beautiful decorative print, and this is just a side stash area. I can put my paper in here. I can write on that. And this is just a little folder, and I can place white cardstock in here if I wanted, or some photos. This one, I put the white paper in. More paper to write on over here and here. And another tuck area down here that I have my white paper in. And I can journal back there, here. So it just kind of all tucks nice and snug back in there. Here I have the paper from the collection I can write on. I can write on this, and I have another one of these little paper clips I just tied some lace onto. I can write on this. Lots of places to write. Over here, I figured with this, I got real creative with, how am I going to use this? I'm going to write little snippets here and there and up through here. And more, and here is the middle section again of the third block, and I have this slip back in behind. So as you can see, this has a lot of space for writing for me. And another belly band, and this I just slid right back behind. I made this little paper clip, and I just clipped a little piece of the paper in there, right in there, and a whole bunch of stuff back in here for me to write on. And I made another folder here. I am right in there. It slides all back in, and this kind of tucks behind there. Here I just have, I can write, and definitely write on this. Again, I can write on this, and I had this tucked back behind. Here is a little tuck area or a little side pocket, and I just have my papers in here and stuff to write on. Back here, I haven't done anything with this. I can most likely put the same thing, another tuck or whatever it is I'd like to do. This is just clipped on with another paper clip and some lace. Places to write, places to write. More sheets. And here is the middle section of the fourth block, or signature as you call them. And it comes out. and a lot more pages. So this is going to keep me busy. I think I have like 7 journals so far, 8, 9 maybe. Anyway, this is just paper clipped in. Write on that, and I can write on the back. More paper into the back. So that is my journal share. And thanks for watching, and I will have my next tutorial coming out, my mini album tutorial using the Ciao Bella, the Muse. Stay tuned for that. Happy crafting, everybody!